Don't mess around. Have a seat. You can have a book. Look at that. You're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, but just put your bag down and, you know.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Thank you, Amanda. You get brownie points. Desiree, can you hear me? Can you hear me back there, Maya? Okay. We're working on one speaker, so. Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know if you've heard. Literally the amount of things that have gone wrong for me this week. I'm like, it's comical. It's fine. We're going to be fine. Good morning. How we doing? That was a good warm-up. So some of you know me, like 3 of you. I teach spin at Team Ride. Let me just get this off here. And anytime I ask my morning riders how they're doing, I get crickets. And they know we're going to do it again. You guys, it's Friday. It's a beautiful morning. We've got an incredible speaker. How are you doing? That's what we like to hear. By the way, if you've been here before this year and you're like, who is this woman in this weird outfit and hat? She's not Molly. You are correct. Molly is on maternity leave, our lovely resident host, and I was FaceTiming with her this morning. She says hello and her well wishes. My name is Sadie Evan-Reich. I'm stepping in as your interim host today, obviously, and next month. And let's see, where's my little clicker? Fun fact, I've actually never done a PowerPoint presentation. The first time for everything, friends. This is me. So as I said, I teach at Team Ride. I've been teaching spin there for 9 years, but my day job, I do on-set art directing, set design, and prop styling for brand shoots and commercials. I also do design and production for events and activations as well. So that's a little bit about me. Website is sadieevanreich.com if you want to learn more, or if you need those services or want to connect and collaborate in any way. You can also connect with me on Instagram at SadieEvan, that's SadieEvan. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get on to the main event. All right, see if I can, it's like the hand tapping and belly rubbing at the same time. Let's put this one down. Okay. So today's theme, actually, firstly, show of hands, is this your first time at Creative Mornings? So
welcome! Yay!
Friends, welcome everybody. So if you don't know this, Creative Mornings is a monthly speaker series, and each month we have a different theme that's chosen by a local chapter. Our theme for August is Ritual. It was chosen by Charlottesville chapter in North Carolina and illustrated by Matt Smithson. Rituals add meaning and a deeper sense of connection in our lives. They allow us to practice mindfulness and reflection. Unlike our daily routines and habits, rituals have the power to inspire us. We're excited to be inspired by you today, Tami.
No pressure.
No pressure. Brushing your teeth is routine. Going for a morning walk would be a good habit, and writing a gratitude journal could become your morning ritual. The key is to act with intentionality. Our Creative Mornings events have their own rituals. Getting a cup of coffee creates an opportunity to say hello to someone new while you wait your turn in line. Reading our manifesto out loud reinforces our beliefs that everyone is created and every single one of you is welcome. What rituals do you practice in your relationships, your spirituality, and your creative work? How do they heighten your sense of purpose and belonging in this world? So let's take a moment and say hello to a new friend in front of you, behind you, either side of you, and tell them what your ritual is. Take some time, talk amongst yourselves. Don't be shy.
Yep. Get up and go meet some new people. This is small. Last Friday there was 400 people when I was talking, and I didn't know anyone.
What?
Last Friday at this time, I did a talk to 400 people, and I didn't know any of them.
We could be here all damn day. All right, my friends, let's start to come back. There it is, Tami. A former teacher, everybody. Yep.
Thanks.
There it is. Thanks, Tami.
Uh-huh.
We'll be here all day, right? There we go. All right, you guys. So now that you've met some new friends, let's talk about bringing a friend and making a friend. Did you know the #1 way people learn about Creative Mornings Sacramento is through their friends? Yes. Next month, we invite you to bring a new friend as well. Whether they've never heard of Creative Mornings, have been away for a long time. Welcome back, people. But are excited to get back, or are Creative Mornings regular, but just needed a push from a friend to join. Get them to tag along. We can't wait to see you and your buds. Pour out some more coffee and expand our circle of friends. All right, speaking of friends that we love so much, our volunteer team, you guys, it bears repeating that this is a 100% volunteer-led organization and speaker series. So everything that we do, it's all on our own time. And so just a big, big, big shout out to everybody up here as well. Oh, see? I'm fired. As well as McKaylee, who is not on the list, but she came early because she was able to. She was one of the lovely ladies at the front checking you in, along with Danny. Let's give our volunteers a big round of applause. And special thanks to these three. We've got David on the camera. He's doing our video. We've got Maddie doing our still photography. And then I don't see Rachel here today, but she does some of our social media as well. So thanks to them. Yep. We love celebrating. All right. Would you like to volunteer? We always want more people. If you'd like to participate in any way, even if it's just on day of setup and breakdown, that's really when we need the most. Send us an email and we'll add you to our volunteer list. All right, and we can't proceed without saying thank you to our local partners. Once again, because this is 100% volunteer and we don't have any funding outside of our local partners and sponsors, we need to give them a big, huge thank you to Clara, the Co-op, and Seasons Coffee for their in-kind sponsorships. And the best way to support those businesses is to go and support those businesses. So if you didn't know this, Seasons Coffee is actually on the premise. They are located at the N Street location or entrance to the building. They've got a cute little coffee shop there. So the next time you want to do a coffee shop working session, or maybe have a meeting, or just get your Saturday or Sunday morning cup of coffee, head on into Seasons and go buy a cup of coffee. That would be lovely. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. There he is. And last announcement, if you want to be a sponsor or know somebody that would like to be a sponsor, maybe your company would, we are always looking for more contributions. Both in-kind and cash donations are fantastic. Once again, please reach out to Sacramento at CreativeMornings.com. All right. We're just going to move past this, actually. in the spirit of time. All right, speaking of rituals, you guys. So for my new friends, every month we will go through the Creative Mornings Manifesto. That is one of our rituals of the organization, and every chapter does this as well. And it's just a nice way to set the tone for our events, and it shines a light on our values here at Creative Mornings. So feel free to read along with me. I'll try and be good at clicking. Actually, will you click for me? I'm putting you to work.
It's going great.
All right, everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate you, and encourage you to make the things that you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections and learning from others and hugs and high fives. We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire the change in neighborhoods and cities around the world.
Everyone is welcome.
All right.
What? I'll just hold this.
You're doing great, Tam. All right.
Ready?
The main event. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, this is Tami Hackbarth. She helps people get their time and energy back so they can create the world they want to live in. She believes in rebalancing domestic labor and 100% guilt-free self-care. Her goal in life is equity at home and in the world. Let's do it, Tami. I'd hug you, but I'm sweating.
All right. No, we're going to do the sweaty hug. I was going to say it's the first time I've ever been up here, but it's a lie. Because, can you hear me? Yeah. Cool. Because way back in the olden days, when Rebecca was the host, and we had Fire Day, it was smoky, and everybody brought their kids because we were like, well, school's out, but Creative Mornings is still on. I did get up and do a brief meditation. So, in the spirit of that, put your feet on the floor. I am 100% doing this for me. You're welcome for coming along. Take a breath in. Hold it at the top. And gently let it out. Thank you. If you saw my Instagram yesterday or the day before, you know that this is the magic timer. No pressure, but time is literally disappearing as I speak. So, today's talk is going to be for people who suck at habits. Raise your hand if you suck at habits. Y'all are in the right place. Welcome. Happy to be here with you. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Tami Hackbarth. I am actually a professional speaker. Last week I was talking to 400 people about what? Burnout. That's right, I was talking about burnout. Why? Because I'm basically a professional at burnout. I excel at burnout. So I am a life and work coach. I'm a speaker. Some of you know that I'm an author. If you got a present of a book, why don't you go ahead and hold it up? That book is available nationwide on my website, bookstores, wherever you go. And it is all about guilt-free self-care and how to bring it into your life. I also host a podcast called 100% Guilt-Free Self-Care. But what you don't know, that's my professional bio. You ready for the informal bio? I'm your burnout bestie. If there's a book about it, I've read it. I'm going to tell you all the bad news about burnout. Ready? You already know what to do. It sucks. You just don't want to do it. Recently, at age 53, I found out I have ADHD. What? I know. So that turns out I've been sucking at habits for my whole life, wondering when the 21 days were gonna kick in. When was the 30 days gonna kick in? Anyone got a 60-day habit they wanna let me borrow? Or how about never? Because people who have fancy brains are like, habits, routines. I can't say what we say in our head, but it is not polite company words. But I'll just let you know, it's somewhere between never and never plus tomorrow. So I have today's talk, I'm going to offer you the hacks I have figured out to get around my brain, who's like, habits, not for me, not today, and likely not ever. And I know so many people in this audience right now, personally, who are like, girl, you have the best habits of anyone I know. You have so much self-discipline, blah, blah. Y'all, it is a facade. I have to literally keep my toothbrush by the sink in a different place so that I notice it, so that I brush my teeth. My dentist really liked that conversation the other day, but I was like, no, for real. I gotta see it or it doesn't happen. Welcome. So what is a habit? You might think it's the boring stuff I do all the time. Yeah? You might think it's the routine that I have created. Also, yes. So let's take a look at some of the habits that you may have already picked up in your life? Smoking? Drinking? Anyone? Just me. Staying up too late? Doom scrolling, or in the case of this week at the DNC, joy scrolling and crying every night until midnight. Samesies, but I'm hella tired. So some of us might feel like, I'm so good at habits, y'all. They're right there on the screen. Raise your hand if this is the kind of habits you can get behind wholeheartedly. Yes. Okay. Always with the good news first. It's like a little good news sandwich, because guess what? There's more habits. Or are there? Turns out there are other habits. Turns out there's other things that perhaps have been suggested by a medical professional. Raise your hand if you've ever gone somewhere. It's usually sparsely decorated, kind of chilly. Somebody comes in and they have really weirdly cold hands, even though they just washed them. And they have suggested that you take this list with you and make it a reality. Anyone had this list suggested to them? Every time? Should I put flossing on there so we can count the dentist also? Cool. Okay, yeah, me too. Has anyone's doctor said, and I'm going to help you figure out how to do this? No. I had one doctor do that. Okay, so 2 doctor stories really quick. One, the very first time somebody told me I needed to get my stress under control, I was 27 years old. And when she's like, you need to exercise. And I was like, girl, I hear you. I can't help it. It is automatic. When people say dumb stuff, I either pull a muscle in my eyes or I roll them. So she caught on, and she said, what's the deal? And I was like, how do you think I should make that happen? I'm busy. I have a big social life. And she's like, well, meet your friends for a walk. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And I'm literally picturing I lived in Portland, Oregon at the time. I was working for a US Senate campaign. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? You want me to ask who to do what? Anyhow, the long story short is what she said was get new friends. And I was like, okay. So, leads to another story, which was more of an eye-opener. Picture this, put politics away, became a teacher, duh, because who doesn't go from politics to teaching? Same, right? Anyhow, one thing I did take with me when I changed careers was my inability to leave work at work and to put it down and to sleep all the way through the night and to not go on a walk with my friends, but perhaps meet them at a bar for happy hour for cigarettes and bourbon. Duh. But I was in teaching, and I don't know if you've ever been in a room full of 9-year-olds. They do not play with your hungover self. There is no mercy. I was in my 30s when I became a teacher, and I think I showed up to work once kind of hungover, and I was like, whoo, this is a rough audience. Noted. So I was having some issues, so I went to a doctor, and they didn't give me any information. I'm sure a lot of you were like, yes, me too. So I ventured out, and I was at an acupuncturist's office because I was experiencing something very, very concerning, and it was acne in my late 30s. It was totally stressing me out. So I go to this acupuncturist, and because I only want the best, I'm like, you know what? You need to be certified in Chinese medicine and a Western MD. We were doing this whole thing. And I show up in his office. He takes one look at me, and he goes, you're going to drop dead in your classroom if you don't take care of your stress. And I was like, why people got to be so direct? And again, thanks for the list of take care of your stress. Apparently, I don't know how to do that yet. That guy's name is Chuck, but he did help me out, right? Because he planted a seed of the habits that you have can be a life or death situation. Maybe not today, but eventually. Just a reminder, habits are boring, and because you have to do them every day, forever and ever. And they're not the smoking, drinking habits that are super easy to do. They're the eat your vegetables before they rot, actually go to bed on time, maybe brush your teeth when you see your toothbrush, right? So, what does any self-respecting ADHDer do when they are faced with a problem after they're done avoiding it for a very long time? If you say hyper-focus and get your PhD in the thing that you are trying to solve, you are correct. Raise your hand if you have a dissertation in something that nobody but you cares about. I have so many, but one of mine, lucky for you, is habit formation, and also calling things different names. So we're dumping habits and we're going for rituals, babes. Great? Because habits make you feel bad about yourself. Exercise, what do we call it? Moving your body, right? Rituals turn what we have to do into what we want to do. So, used to be an elementary school teacher, so I'm going to give you a mnemonic device. Are you ready? Okay. If you want to write this down, it's cool, but you don't have to. What I'm going to tell you right now is these are some things, you don't have to do all of them, but they will help you create the habits that will help you actually have a habit at the end of this. And the number one thing that has been successful for me and anyone that will let me talk to them about habit formation is remember your why. I know that sounds super businessy, but I really needed an R to start the sentence. So you're welcome. Remember your why. You just have to remember at this point, but remember your why. What am I talking about? If I ever see you and I say, why do you want to start a habit? And you say, because my doctor said I was going to die at my workplace, I'll be like, yeah, I've heard that one. It didn't help. What's the real reason that you want to start that habit? Some of my clients are here right now and they're all shaking their heads like, damn it, she's doing the thing. And that is she's asking the question underneath the question, which is, yeah, I don't care your PC reason why you're doing something. I don't care actually, you don't care that. Because otherwise you'd be doing it already, so let's stop fooling ourselves. So your real reason why you're doing something, so think right now, what do I want to start? Let's start with exercise. Why? Because 100% of people, when I interviewed them and I asked them where their self-care was struggling, 100% of them said some version of, I don't go to the gym enough. I don't work out enough. I don't move my body enough. I was like, woo, exercise has a terrible PR problem because it makes literally 100% of people feel less than. So we're going to go with no more exercise. Hooray! We're not doing exercise. We're moving our body instead. Words matter. What you say and how you say it matters. So if we're just thinking about exercise, what's your why? I have some sad whys. You want to know what mine is? My mom died when she was 69 years old. And I can't do the math right now, I was in my mid-40s. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? That's too soon. Yeah. At the time my mom died, I had a 4-year-old because I'm a hella old mom. And I thought, ooh, I don't want to die early like my mom did to leave this kid on her own. And let me tell you, when you're like, so every single book that I read about, every single thing, if there is a question, the answer is move your body. Do you want to sleep better? What's the answer? You would like to fit in your pants. What's the answer? You would like to have so little focus without the focus pills. What's the answer?
Move your body.
You would like to reduce your menopausal, perimenopausal symptoms. What's the damn answer?
Move your body.
It doesn't matter the question, y'all. The answer is move your body. I read literally hundreds of books every year, desperately looking for a different answer. Because, y'all, I am telling people every day that thing you don't want to do that you've been avoiding literally your whole life, except when you were like 7. And maybe even some of you were like 7 were like, this is stupid. That's the answer. I did not make this rule. I would have picked smoking and drinking. Not up to me, apparently, okay? So we're all gonna think in our heads right now, what is the thing that will get me out of my chair? Raise your hand if you are over 30. Terrific. Keep your hand up if you're over 40. Keep your hand up if you're over 50. Keep your hand up if you're over 60. I like these people. I see you all in the back. Y'all should have been up here. Woo! All right, we're representing. Is there anyone over 80 here?
How about 70?
Oh, yes. Woo! Okay. So the people in the 30s, y'all need to be listening to the people who have seen the future. The future sucks if you don't move your body. Because you are a rusty bucket of bolts. You can't get out of bed. You can't turn over. You can't go on a walk. You can't put your shoes on. Did I ever tell you about that time I bent over to pick up a shirt and it felt like somebody shot me in the back at close range? The prescription was, what?
Move your body.
Yeah, it sucked. In pain, have to move your body. What gets you out of pain, pals? Moving your body. I mean, you could apply this to anything, but we're going to go to the heart of the matter. Exercise sucks, and it's 100% necessary. Think about your why. So all the young people, I'm going to speak for my senior pals here. We're building our future senior citizen selves right this second. If you want to be somebody in your 70s who is cool at Creative Mornings, like our pals that are here, and you want to walk and talk with your pals, and you want to go on vacation, and you want to fit in your seat on the airplane, and you want to get up and walk around after you get off the plane, you got to move your body, right? That's the bad news. Remember your why. It's not because my doctor told me or what, dig deeper. Ready?
Ready.
R. Shit. Okay, this is where we're gonna do the thing called, y'all, we look cute, we're all here together, we're all Sacramentans, we're all different, but we're only 4 kinds of different. There's 4 different kinds of people when it comes to making habits. If we have ever sat down and talked for more than 5 minutes, I have likely said, are you a rebel? Are you a questioner? Are you an obliger? Or are you an upholder? And some of you are like, WTF, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm a big reader. Gretchen Rubin has a podcast called Happier. She talks ad nauseum about this. Take the quiz, you'll find out. But I'll explain it to you. Upholders, ready? Upholders are the people who make New Year's resolutions and keep them. Anyone want to own up to that BS? That's weird. What's up, new friend? Baby Bridget can tell us all about that later, how she does not struggle with the thing that literally everyone in the room struggles with. Okay, group number 2. the rebels. Ready for this? Rebels have a hard time being bossed around. You can't boss them around, nor can they. So, how do rebels start exercising? Rebels have to say, turns out, I'm gonna run a 5K. Turns out, I'm a tennis pro. Turns out, I am gonna be a triathlete. Turns out, meditation is my beep. They just have to take on the identity. If you know that you're a rebel right now because you're like, yeah, it's either all or nothing, mostly nothing, but now that I've heard this thing, God, when I do set my mind to stuff, everybody does get out of my way. Damn it. Any rebels in the room? Love you, love you. Okay, and some of you who are rebels right now are gonna be very disappointed to find out that you're likely not, because there's 2 more groups. I belong to the group of questioners. Questioners are people who, when you say you have to do the thing, their inner dialogue says, are you sure that is necessary? Are you sure that's necessary for me? That might be for you, but it ain't for me until you convince me. Once I am convinced, either by you or by me, no stopping me. Okay, but I want to tell you something right now. Each of those 3 groups makes up a tiny sliver of the population, because what most people need is a buddy. Chatty Cathy here, gone a little long. Most people need a buddy. Raise your hand if you have no problem showing up to stuff for other people. Hi, obligers, I love you. But this is the good news for you. All you have to do is say, please meet me on the corner at 6 a.m. You will never leave your next door neighbor out on that corner by themselves, right? Okay, so we have R, remember your why. We have I, individualize. Go a little faster, apparently. Teamwork. My team is my little family. We have a motto at my house, and some of you are going to be like, that sucks. I don't like your motto. It's super long and offensive, and that is, the people in this house do what we have to do to feel the way we want to feel. Anyone want to punch me in the mouth right now? Okay, if it's pithy and it works for you, you are welcome to keep it. Other people are like, must be nice. It took a long time to get there, but people in my house, we all struggle with mental health issues. And since emotions are contagious, we have to be very careful to keep our crappy emotions to ourselves. So we, for the benefit of the other people around us, we do that. Rebels, I don't know what to tell you. Obligers, you're already doing it. And the obligers, the people that need accountability, join a team. I used to be a volunteer for Girls on the Run. They literally need people to exercise with children for a few hours a week. Hello. We have a former coach right down here in the front named Allie, and I'm sure she would be glad to help you if you want to join that Girls on the Run team. Unique. This is where we get to the ritual part. Y'all, once you find your thing, I want you to make it weird. I want you to make it to where everyone's like, ew, why would you do that like that? And you're like, because it's literally the only way I'll do it, Jan. That's why. That's why I do it my way. Because if I try to do it your way sucks. My way is great. So maybe, I don't know, what could you do? Go tap dancing instead of running? Duh, because why would you run unless somebody was chasing you with a weapon? But some of you are like, I love running because I get to pretend I'm Taylor Swift and do the whole Eras tour on the treadmill. I don't know you, but I have seen people on the internet do that, right? The point is, make it weird enough that you're like, oh, I cannot wait to do my weird thing, right? Accountability. I had to put it in here twice, y'all, because obligers of the room, the people who need a buddy, stop messing with that business. It's the truth. Ruth, you need someone to be watching you. I had a client who lived all the way across the United States, and she was like, I feel like you're watching me. Girl, I have never seen your feet. I am not watching you. You are feeling the pressure of my existence because you told me you were gonna do a thing, and I was like, okay, let me know when it's done. And you know what? She did it. Because she was like, I have to tell Tami. And I was like, okay, weirdo, that doesn't work for me, but it works for you. Long game. What is that? I alluded to it before. And that is, when you ritualize your habits, you're not doing it for your today self. You're doing it for your future senior citizen. I just started weight training, strength training. I know, it's crazy because it's boring. But I let somebody else be in charge and boss me around, and it turns out we do weird stuff, and I'm like, I would never have chosen to do that, but my coach is like, what, you doing it now? And the point of that is I am building my 75-year-old self every single time I'm in that gym. Do you know what's crazy? Every single person in my gym at the time I'm there is a senior citizen. I am legit working out with people. My workout buddy is 78 years old, and we are killing it. I don't know who should be more embarrassed, me or him. It doesn't matter. We're killing it. And what I'm saying is, I want to be independent, mobile, all of the things in the future. That is not built the day before I retire, right? Think of what you do now as compound interest for your life. Everybody just went, oh my God, I have to max out my retirement fund. The answer is you should also do that, right? But think long term. So when I'm saying think long term, y'all, if you don't do everything every day, it's okay, because you're gonna wake up tomorrow, you're gonna do it again. Oh, lucky you, there's another day to do it. So if you miss sometimes, it's okay, because it's between now and forever. Just don't make it boring. If you want to take a picture of this slide real quick, because I put it all together, because I thought, oh, it would be helpful for everyone to be like, what? I can't remember that.
We'll post it on social too.
We'll post it on social too. Thanks, Sadie.
You got it.
Hey, let's be besties. If you want to catch up on Instagram, I'm cleverly at my own name. If you would like to see a much less guarded part of myself, you can follow me on Threads, and we can be besties. Anyway, I hope that you bring some rituals into your life and move your body today.
Woo! Tamara, do you want to do questions?
Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
What are other baby issues besides exercise?
That is how else, what else could we do?
There are many boring things in the world, like
Girl, let me count the ways.
paperwork or
Meditation.
Going to the doctor, health stuff.
I love every question. You know what I'm going to say? A lot of buddy stuff, a lot of body doubling. So if I need to clean out a drawer, I might invite somebody over and go, talk to me while I'm cleaning out the drawer. And by invite somebody over, I mean open a Zoom room. Or one time I had to script 10 episodes of a podcast, and I felt like I had no more words. So I invited my friend Holly over, and I said, ask me some questions while I chop vegetables. And that if you could write down what I said, that would be terrific, because I can't write down what I said because I have to chop vegetables. So sometimes it's tricking yourself. Sometimes it's getting a friend. This thing right here, nothing will make me move faster than the time disappearing on a timer. Y'all, it's called the Pomodoro technique. I don't know. Raise your hand if you've ever used a Pomodoro. You set that timer for 25 minutes and you're like, don't look up, don't get up, don't go pee, don't do anything else. And suddenly you're like, where'd all this focus come from? Who is this? God, I have been waiting to do this project for 5 years, and it turns out it took less than 25 minutes. Just needed to get started.
Tamara, do you have a link to that handy dandy timer that we could share as well?
That is a great question. I'll put it on my Instagram stories. Other questions? Did I answer every question about habits and rituals? Okay. Follow me on Instagram for funsies. Bye, everyone.
Good job. You're awesome.
Went a little long, I think.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
We got time. It's fine.
Hi.
All right, you guys, let's give her one more round of applause. Thank you, Tammy. All right, join us next month. Our next event's going to be Friday, let me think about it, Friday, September 20th. Same room, same place. And that's about it. Thank you all for coming. Quick note though, because as I mentioned a few times during the introduction to this day, we love volunteers. So if you would volunteer your time to fold your own chair and put it off to the side of the room, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm sweating.
Thanks. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Yeah, great
Thank
job.
you.
Yeah.